Welcome to the session 8 from the chapter 3rd. We are discussing the chapter 3rd. Okay, so the next topic is a datagram forwarding in an IP. So before discussing this topic, let's check what is meant by a datagram. Datagram is nothing but it's a small type of a packet. So that happens to be sent in a connectionless manner over a network, and it contains a full address. So what happens, before connecting to the network we have to set up the network for a connectionless manner. In a wireless we want to set up the network. To set up the network, first we will send a datagram packet which contains the full address of the destination. So when we to reach the destination, it will cover the path from where to where I have to go, from where to where I have to travel. Like that, the datagram is a we can call it as it's a small packet. So and how it will work now, the datagram forwarding in a IP. So that are the steps. First, a datagram is sent from the host to the destination host. First, it tries to establish whether it is connected to the some physical network as the destination. If I am connecting from a H4 to H5, so it will make sure that I have whether it is connected or not. So it will compare the address, whether it will come in the same network, whether I have to go to the another network. Like that, it will check by looking at the IP address. Datagram contains the full IP address. By looking at that IP address, it will check whether it belongs to the same network or some other network. Okay, if the node is not connected to the same physical network, then it needs to send to the router. The router that is chooses is known as the next hop. This one, suppose H4 to H8 I want to transfer, means I have to process several networks. So where I have to go from access point, AP is nothing but access point, to the next where I have to go, that one we call it as the next hop. Then the router will guide you whether I have to choose this path or some other path may be there. Like that, it will guide you the R1. So it is here. Every router will maintain a forwarding table. When a packet comes from with a complete IP address, it has to maintain a forwarding table. How it is maintained? Let's see with the diagram. So this is one type of a network which is of a wireless network, and this is connected with some access point like a Wi-Fi, media, modem, like that one. This one is connected to the R1, and R1 is connected to the network 2, which is an Ethernet, and it is connected to the R2. This is a interface number 1, interface number 0, and this one, see, this is the network 3, which is a point-to-point network, and from R3 to R4, network 4 may be there, the extended network it may be there. So here we are discussing network 1, 2, 3, 4. See, these are all the heterogeneous network which is connected with some routers. This is a thing. So now datagram, it has to pass from let's take from H5 to the H8. From H5 to the H8 I want to travel. How the forwarding table will be constructed? See, from H5 to the, it will go to the, first it will check with the respective network. If it is not found, means it will send to the respective R1. Why R1? It is the only choice to connect it with this network. Okay, so R1 is, it will go to here, and R1, for R1, which is the router, it will connect it for R1, and it will check whether H8 is there or not. So H8 is not there, means H8 is not there means it will go to the router 2, which is the default router for the network 2. So if it is not there in the R1 only forwarding, I cannot send back it to the R1. I have to forward to the R2 through the interface 1. 1 is nothing but a port number we discussed in the earlier, or path number 10. And from R2, see here it is 2 path is there, 1 0. It will refer the some forwarding table which is maintained here. How? R2, if the destination is a 1 destination, I will write it here. If a destination, the network number is a 1, where is the network number 1 is there here. So R2, where it has to pass, I have to pass to the router R1. Like that we have written here. And if the network 2 is directly connected to the R2, so which port number interface we have to refer, which is the 1. And if the network 3 is also directly connected here with the interface number 0. And network 4, which is unreachable, it may be extended here. So network 4, which is not directly connected, so it will send to the default network R3. R3 will guide you how to pass in the network. See, we are simply taking a smaller network. When we think of a bigger network, from here to here, from here to here, through the IP address, as we discussed, the main 127, this will guide you the network number. So here is every forwarding table should maintain that networking number. So this network number I have to go. This one H5 to H8, which network number I have to refer, like the construction will be forwarded. This is the forwarding table for an R2. If the destination number is 1, how you will get. So here one example is there. Give a forwarding table for a switches S1 and a S3. So let's see for a S1, the network number and the next hop means where you will get network number with a S1. So if a network number here we given it as the A. So A, which next hop the interface directly it is connected, we will write it as the interface 1. B, interface 2. C, if it is directly connected, I can give it as the interface 3. So but it is connected via S2, so I will refer the S2. Next you have to go to the S2. C. D is also unreachable, so default here is the S2. E is also unreachable, the default router is a S2. Similarly, they asked for the S3 network number and a host. Network number A. Network number A, I have to forward to the switch 2. B is also 2. B, C is also S2. D is there as the interface number 2, and E is also interface number 3. Right? Forwarding table for a respective switches. Sorry, routers. These are all the routers. Okay, if it is directly connected, we give the interface number, or else we will refer the another route. This is a forwarding table.